Dear Sajjano, this is Gyanpapee and today we'll be discussing Summary of Unlimited Memory by Grandmaster Kevin Horseley, and this is part 2 of that book. Let me remind you, this is for educational purpose only and this channel is not a self-improvement guide for you because nothing will change until you decide to change. First things first, we promise to be straightforward, informative. Whatever there in the book will be discussed here and honest with our viewers. Most importantly, we value your time and therefore the crux of the book will be explained in a very short time. Let's begin with this week's Gyan. So there are three parts of Unlimited Memory by Grandmaster Kevin Horsley. In our first video, we talked about memory space or mind palace technique. In this video, we'll be covering the rule of pegging or pegging information down, the peg method of memory system. Next video will be on names and numbers, hopefully by the end of this week. So today we'll be discussing the rule of pegging or pegging information down, the peg method of memory system. Peg. What is peg? Peg is a short pin or bolt. Hopefully everyone of you has seen it. This is used for securing something in place, hanging things on, or marking a position. Peg method of memory system suggests that your memory can have pegs as memory files and can be called upon when needed. There are two generic methods of pegging information down. One is rhyming pegs and another is number shape peg method. In addition to this, we'll also talk about art of memory and visualization a bit more with some examples in this video. Because art of visualization and C principle that we talked about in our earlier video are basically the fundamentals that you should actually learn to learn any new techniques on memory. Now, the rhyming peg method is kind of easy. Just remember these rhyming words: one bun, two shoe, three tree. What you can achieve through this technique is remembering stuff in a particular order. However, C principle of visualization that we discussed in our earlier video will help you in this technique also. So the basic concept is to rhyme numbers with random words and use these words in your movie, in your visualization technique, and associate things you want to remember with it. If you can recall, these rhymes when installed in your long-term memory can serve as strong mid-term memory when attached to the things you want to remember in short term. These rhyming words can be changed according to your choices. For example, I have rhymed one with bun. Now you can rhyme it with sun, fun, none, etc. And it is applicable for other numbers as well. So let's see how the rhyming peg method works with an example. Now, this example is right from the book. The author talks about Tony Robbins' life-changing book, Awaken the Giant Within. He has a list of 10 emotions of power. Now, the 10 emotions are love and warmth, appreciate and gratitude, curiosity, excitement and passion, determination, and so on. So, kind of look at this thing that after every this emotion, I have appointed a number to them, like 1 for love and warmth, 2 for appreciate and gratitude. Now, the author suggests to think about them daily. So you have to keep them in your long-term memory or strong mid-term memory. Because the personal development only happens when you can remember what you need to act on. So we'll try to remember these 10 things in order using our PEG method of memory system and our visualization technique. So let's see how we can do that. Well, the example I'll be talking about is right out of from the book, as I told you earlier. But the explanation I have changed it a little bit because it suited for me a bit more to have those changes. Now, what I have this movie in my mind is like something like this. Imagine having a picnic with your family. In the table, there is one bun in heart shape. Now, heart stands for love and warmth. So, number one is love and warmth. You touch the feet of your elders, now the feet, two shoes, two of your elders to greet them to show appreciation and gratitude. So two is appreciation and gratitude. There are three trees in the periphery and you were curious to know the name. So three stands for curiosity. You have passion fruit in the table and people are excited to eat this new fruit you brought from your two. Now the two is four and four stands for passion and excitement. There are knives, knives is 5 in the table, and elders are determined to keep them away from the children. So 5 is determination. Children are playing with rubber stick toys which are flexible. Stick is 6 and 6 is flexible. Ravens in the vicinity are confident to have a good feast, eyeing on all the food. So ravens is 7 and confidence, confident and confidence. 7 is confidence. Kids are fighting, friendly fights. Fight is 8 amongst each others, and other kids are cheering for them. 8 is cheerful. Their mothers are trying to make sure that they are fine. Fine is 9 and alive. Vitality. All the men and women is 10 of the family are contributing for this feast. So contribution. So this is the beauty of this technique. You can remember things in a particular order. From 1 to 10, I have remembered all the 10 emotions of power using this technique. So now we'll talk about the number shaping peg method. So the number shape system is the second method of pegging information down. What it does is converts number into concrete shapes. For example, 1, it kind of resembles the candle. If you go for 5, it kind of resembles the hook. If you go for 9, it kind of resembles the balloons, a cluster of balloons. So you can use those kind of figures, those kind of shapes to remember things, to associate things you want to remember in short terms. But this will go into your long-term memory, and this will help you to remember things for a very mid-term time. So now we have reached at the end of the slides. Till now, from the first video and the second video also, we understand that the visualization or the C principle that the author was talking about in a number of times throughout the book is kind of essential to learn any of the techniques that he talks about throughout the book. And it's true that the power of visualization is core to the memory system. Any kind of technique that you use, it will use some kind of visualization of anything. So here is an example. We understand the importance of the visualization and how to use C principle. Now the art is also generated through practice. This is an art, and practice makes it perfect. So you have to have an elaborated image in your mind, and author suggests to practice the art through putting all the things you want to remember into a doc file or a PPT file or anywhere, so that you can look at it at your leisure repeatedly. Now the repetition always helps to remember things. Once you repeat things in your mind, it gets stuck to your memory. Now this is the very basic of any kind of memory system. We don't get enough time to repeat, and repetition should be done strategically and in an organized manner. Now the memory techniques that we are describing here help you to repeat things in an organized way. Now let's see if we can remember cranial nerves through it, and how can you use this in a doc file to keep these stored. Now you know that the cranial terms are olfactory, optic, oculomotor, trochlear, trigeminal, and so on. So let's see how you should store them your visualization in a doc format. So this example is right from the book, and linking the images in your visualization, the visualization you are having, the vivid imagination, these should be linked also. So how do you do that? You will, the picture in the slide, you will put that picture in your doc file and you keep looking at it for a number of times. After a certain number of times, you won't be having the need to look at those pictures. This will be ingrained in your memory. Now how it would be starting, the link will start with a picture of olfactory to remember olfactory, then a man picking up a optic, then a motor with a knife in it, it's a killer motor, so oculomotor. Now there is a truck with clear written on it, so this is to remind you about trochlear. Now there will be 3 James, trigeminal, 2 cents for abductions. There's a girl having facial, so to make you remember facial. And there is a cock wearing a vestibular cochlear, a pharaoh with red lips, glossopharyngeal, a Las Vegas signboard to remind you about Vegas. There are 2 earrings as accessory, and a hippopotamus with red lips peeking out of the water, hypoglossal. So you keep this kind of doc in your file, in your laptop, in your phone, and you keep looking at it for a number of times. The repetition will help. Thank you for watching this. With this, we come to the end of this video. You don't need to like, share, or subscribe. If we have helped you, that's enough for us. And if we didn't, well, next time we'll try harder. See you next time.